Okay, well, I know I look a state. I've got no makeup on, so excuse that. But I want to start April's garden tour by my Kanban board. Because of lessons in overwhelm, I want to talk to all of you people who feel overwhelmed and like you're achieving nothing. My Kanban board, my garden, taught me something today. I was about to start filming the April garden tour. My inner critic started saying, you've got nothing to show them. You just can't do anything. You've achieved nothing. Look what was on your Kanban board that you've not done. And then another voice said, Candy, this isn't about flexing every month what you've managed to do. It's about sharing how the garden naturally changes itself. If you've done some stuff, then you can talk about that as well. But the garden develops regardless. And I came in and I looked at the Kanban board, and I want to show you what I do to myself, because it might just resonate with somebody watching. Okay, so my Kanban board, this side has got garden tasks on. Look at what still hasn't been started yet. Look at what's in the need to do. And there's very, very little down the bottom. Let's have a look what I actually did. So I filmed and did an April vlog of me and the kids planting seeds and working and moving strawberries and tidying the strawberry barrel. That was done. I've then fixed the fence. I've built a fence into Tilly's secret garden, the end bit of fencing that the dogs kept knocking over at night if they got into the garden. It was the danger spot where the dogs might get in and trash everything. Dogs, what are you doing? Oh, careful, careful, stores. Oh, good dogs. Good girl. That's a good girl. And I had a trip out to the shops. There was no fencing equipment in stock, so I couldn't get anything for the other fences, but it was still a half a day trip to the shops to go and find out. I then had to find any resources that I'd already got and build a fence from what I'd already got. So I did that. Hello, baby girl. I wondered where you were. He's a good girl. Did you go? Hello, beautiful. What's Rupert got? Rupert, what have you bought? What have you got? Hey, darling. Hello. Let's have a look. Fix fences into the vegetable garden. There was another whole row of fences that I'd given myself to build. Now, this is just what I set myself for April, not this next quarter. This is just a month. Let's have a look, shall we? What else I set myself? Tidy the front garden. Okay, do we all remember what the front garden looked like? Yeah, that was just like a tidy the whole of the front garden. What else have we got? Cut back all the conifers. Glue the fairy ornament. Oh, I've done that. Guys, I've done that. Hee, that can go down there. Right, let's put that on there. What else? Oh, install 2 gates. One of those gates actually needs to be built. So install gates. Jet wash the patio again. Completely plant up the patio garden. Build the hot tub, which includes the surround as well. Tidy all of the moon garden. So all of that I'd set myself for 1 month. For 1 month. And as well as tarot study, art study, exercise, as well as being a single mom of 3 kids at 3 different schools with a 2 to 3 hour school run in the car every day, with special needs in the house, with 2 dogs to look after. What on earth? That inner critic that has just told me I've achieved nothing because of this can go do one. I think I've done darn well to get those 3 on the bottom. I haven't been out in the garden much. We've had a lot of rain. Some of the jobs I'd planned, like I said, the stuff wasn't in the shops. But really, I need to stop doing this. I just think just this one tag here that says tidy front, that front garden, I think that would take a married couple working together a summer to do that. Not just an add-on job for four or 5 weeks. Like to build a whole row of fences and gates and install it all. That's another summer's job. I gave myself 1 month for all of this. So what I'm saying is, if you are continually overwhelmed and anxious and telling yourself you are failing, for goodness sake, do what I've done and stop and just check in on what you're asking of yourself. It might not be that you're failing or not reaching a bar. It might just be that you've set the bar in the stratosphere and there's no way you can achieve it. So, lessons in overwhelm, start of the garden tour. I'm going out now and we're just going to celebrate the garden as is, and unfinished jobs and all. Right, I spy with my little eye something beginning with a new hose. However, can you see this? It's bending continually in that spot there, which is a nightmare. But anyway, it's a new hose. I got completely fed up with getting soaked and upset. Rupert's heard something next door. He's off to see if he can break through a fence somewhere. Calm down, Ray. Look at the hair up on his back. Oi, calm down. Right, if you calm down now, Roo, put those hairs down on your back. There is a cat that walks along this fence and it drives him nuts. Right, so I bought a new hose because I was sick of getting soaked by that one and this one. That was all wrecked. So that's a absolute, it was a must. I just couldn't cope with it anymore. Right, look at the roses, guys. The roses are beginning to loop up on top of the conservatory. They've gone all the way over to this gate. Look at it. These are looking great. And if I show you the lavender, can you see in there? Look, all the lavender coming out. We've got some chive flowers about to appear. I need to put some rosemary in there. Okay, this planter, now I tidied up these pots. I replaced all the soil in them and the geraniums didn't come back. I mean, they've come back for about 4 years. So I went and got some trailing geraniums, but they just died. I put them in. I did pull them back out and check for vine weevils because I've never seen anything like it. But there was no vine weevils in there. But look, there's some new growth coming now. These I've planted up as well. There's some more geraniums up here. If that's going to take, who knows? So I've planted those. I glued the fairy that was broken back together and she's now there. So we'll just have to see if those geraniums make it, because that would look really pretty with trailing geraniums, but we'll see. Now, I haven't planted anything new in any of these pots except for another one of those there. You can see this stuff that's on the wall, this purple flower is beginning to flower. I'm trying to spread it around because look how gorgeous it is. Look, and I did have night sky pansies in all of these, and it did look beautiful one year. And I did go to the garden centre and see if I could find any again for this year, but they didn't have any in. So I've just left it, and I haven't got all the flowers, but I just think I might just try and get these flowering. I keep getting seedlings off the tree growing everywhere, and you can see all the seedlings from the tree all flying down. Look, the patio's a mess. Right, what else have I done? Over here is quite different. I have worked on this quite a bit. Still haven't been able to find any more of this in the shops. I can't source that at the moment. The shops are pretty empty because we've only just reopened. But I did fix and screw into the fence these trellises, and I've planted a Clematis there, a Montana, which hopefully will grow all over. I am going to put a big pot with a climbing rose that side as well. So a Clematis and a rose eventually, but I have planted all of this up, and there are fairy lights now at the back which come on at night, which are gorgeous. I've got a lantern as well. So I've pulled off some little babies of those and planted those in here. The pansies are looking fantastic. They've all opened up. These are amazing, these ones. I'm gonna have to come out and get the deadhead that. So I need to keep an eye on these that I'm deadheading. The purple spraying that I left in is flowering yellow. I'll just let that finish flowering and then I'll pull that out. But I think that's looking pretty okay. I'm quite pleased with how that's looking. I mean, these are all in flower now. It's just looked really pretty, considering that last month none of this was here. And I'm quite sad about the fuchsia because I inadvertently got water on the fuchsia in the sun. I watered the garden and then the sun surprisingly came out and I think it shriveled and burnt the leaves. So that's looking rather sad at the moment, which is a real shame, but we'll just have to wait for next year, see what happens, see if it recovers. Okay, still haven't got into this bed under the tree. I've got to clear all of last year's ferns off there, but can you see we've got new ferns beginning to unfurl underneath, which is amazing. The hostas are beginning to come out. We've got one there, we've got one there. This is growing as well. I just need to get in and give that a tidy. I've got some bluebells to plant in there as well. And it's the first year that this trailing wall plant has ever taken this side. And look at it, guys. How beautiful is that? So I'm really loving that. I'm really loving all of these. There's a little bit started in there as well. I need to clear out the strawberries. But look, you can see the ferns unfurling there. Oh, it's so lovely. The muscari from last year has come back out in this pot, and again, look, this is the trailing plant that comes on the wall. I just want to spread that everywhere. I love it. Now this bed is surprising me. I think these are all daisies that have gone mad from last year, which would be fantastic if it is. All the seeds that from last year I think are coming back in there, and all of these verticals have come from the tree. I just can't believe it. It's never done that before. There's just loads of new lavateria growing, and I need to get in there and pull them out and go and plant them in the front garden, really. We're beginning to see the first bit of growth on this fuchsia coming through. I'm trying to leave a few dandelions as well for the bees. Oh, we've got flowers coming on the strawberries, yay! And that, normally that's covered by now. I think that's taken a bit of a battering this year. I've got it over there, but it's not come back there, which is odd. Yeah, but look at this, guys. Look at all of these. It's just so bizarre, look. I've never, ever had that happen before. And the unicorn has somehow managed to get this plant growing through it, which is fabulous. I've not manipulated that, it's just appeared. Now I've topped up all of these planters with soil, And the variegated mint is coming really nicely. And this, I planted this up. Look at that, it's got some really beautiful blue flowers on. And then there's a matching one around here. Now this bed I've topped up and planted. None of this was planted in the last tour. And look at this clematis. Isn't it gorgeous? And then we've got white phlox. This is a cutting. And this, it's looking really happy. And another one of those blue plants. Now the plan is to get the clematis growing over this arbour, which is the doorway actually into the hot tub. The hot tub goes in here, but I've not built that yet. So that would be lovely if that works, which I'm excited about. So there was loads of work done down here. I'm really pleased with the way that wall turned out. Sad that I couldn't get it finished, but you know, if stuff isn't in stock, it's not in stock. And that's it for the patio. Look, the wild geranium is here. I love this, but I'm going to have to keep it low because it does get really high, but I like that to step into. The daffodils are mostly going over, but look at that bed, look at these. Haven't they come on in just a month? I think that's amazing. And those little flowers there, they're so gorgeous. This is a plant that I put in last year and it never appeared, but it's coming this year. The growth in there is amazing. And I've cleared all of this table off. And I've really been enjoying, when it's sunny enough, morning coffees there. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed that the patio table there has lost its umbrella. There was a wasp's nest in it when I tried to pick it up. Yes. Okay. Now, there's an egg, look under here, can you see? In this first tyre, can you see? It's broken, but something's wedged an egg under there. And I did plant a load of dahlia bulbs I ordered in these tyres, but something's been digging in them. Look, this has been dug out. Oh, that was planted in there. That's been dug out. So I've transferred some ivy from the top garden and I put bits of ivy in each tyre. This is Saxifraga Peter Pan. So I split that in half. And I put half in there and a little bit in here, the tub by the greenhouse. One of those lavender cuttings that I grew last year, that's really taken off in there. There's some more dahlia bulbs in there. Look, the wild geranium's coming up the back. It's been down there, it looks lovely. So that I leave that, I love that. So the tyres have been planted up, but I don't know whether the dahlia bulbs have been pinched because this tyre was completely dug out. Look at this, pulled out, it was completely dug out and the dahlia bulb was on the top, so not sure. There's something in the garden. Oh, look, there's something there as well. That's a hole that's dug and the dogs can't get to that. What the hell? Okay, I planted this plant in here. I topped all the soil up. And this one is a hybrida strawberry field. So I thought that might be nice with its pink flowers there. These were coming through from last year and I don't know what they are, but I put them in. And in Tilly's garden, we've also planted daffodils in, we planted all her tulips in, and we put a load of lavender cuttings. I'll take you over there in a minute, but first I want to show you the fence I made. So this little end piece just had a pallet lent against it and it wasn't secure, so I spent a day putting some proper metal posts in, hammering those in, and using the pallet wood itself. I split the pallet and put that in there, so dogs can't get in now, so that was a job. But look at this, look guys, honestly, look at all the holes. Look at it over there. I love my dogs, but oh, honestly. Now all the lettuces are coming back from last year. I haven't planted those at all, but look, they've all come back. I had a row of lettuces there, and look, there they are, they've all come back. And Tilly's wildflowers, this has been really hard to weed because we sprinkled just a pack of wildflowers last year. It's all come through, and I didn't know what was going to be wildflower reseeding, so I tried to make a bit of space, but I've kind of left it. And you can see we've got some colour coming. Look at these. So I'm kind of just leaving it to see what comes through. Like I say, I'm leaving the some of the dandelions. These are all flowers that hadn't come through. They're things that are new that are coming through, different shapes that are coming through after we put the wild seeds in. So, and here, look, these leaves, I'm not sure what they are. I mean, I know what those are, and those will spread, and I do have to keep a check on those, but they're still pretty. But well, let's just wait and see. And this side, we moved some of Tilly's fairy world and her flamingos over there because we needed to make space for the sunflowers. And then the plant that was in there I've dug out and I've split, and I put some of it in there and some of it down there. Tulips went in there, and all the lavender cuttings I've put around this stall, and they were doing really well, as are the daffodils. Look at those, aren't they beautiful? They're so lovely. This plant is coming back, which wasn't there last month. And the clematis on this fence is doing a lot better this year. This is quite a dark patch, and there's another clematis there, and I just didn't know whether it was ever going to take, but this has really suddenly taken off in year 3. So Tilly's been really enjoying being out here with me. We've just really enjoyed it, to be honest. I'm going to take you in the greenhouse as well, because there's some really exciting things happening in here. So me and the kids all planted sunflowers. We've got lots of different varieties of sunflowers. You can see there's poppies, and there's busbies, there's tillies. So they each chose a few seeds of each variety, and these are our competition sunflowers. And then just the rest of the sunflowers are here. So these are all giant sunflowers. These are a mix of sunflowers. Now, to be honest, I didn't expect everything to take. That's why I planted so many. But look, isn't that incredible? And the Bishop's Children dahlias, look, they're all coming through, which is so exciting because those are gorgeous. The Rudbeckia, these are all just starting to germinate, and they all seem to have taken. Look, there's loads. Look at that in there. I went mad in that pot. So all of those seeds are doing well. And over here there's more dahlia. There's some dwarf dahlias here. There's some purple prince zinnias here. And then there's all other types of zinnias here. I love zinnias. The hostas that I collected the seeds from, nothing seems to be appearing yet. That looks like a rogue carrot coming through there, which I don't know how that happened. So loads of flowers growing, loads of sunflowers. Kids are really going to enjoy this. We enjoyed doing our sunflower growing competition last year. So that's what we've been doing in the greenhouse. This pot I planted up, so and I put a little piece of lavender in, and that's taken. There's a bit of ivy, none of that seems to have taken yet. And then I've got this grass which I thought was lovely. I've started trying to fill up the soil level a bit in those. There is something getting in and digging, definitely something getting in and digging. And the strawberries that you saw me in the vlog plant up with Busby, they're all very, very happy. They have all taken. They all seem really happy, which is good. This is the fence and the gates that I've got to fit all the way from there, all the way down here and all the way down here. This is what I couldn't do because the shop didn't have any stock for fence making parts. But what I have done is I have tidied up around the strawberry barrel. I've started trying to clear over there. I've cleared that bed there. That's a goji berry bush there, which is really looking happy. I've done nothing in the moon garden. Oh, and I laid a path, which the dogs have started destroying, digging. But look, I started laying a path. This is part of a gate, the wood for a gate to be built to go across here. Yeah, I mean, nothing really can be done here until I've secured it from the dogs and I've sorted out these fences. The purple spraying, I'm just letting it all go to flower because I prefer the flowers than eating those, because the kids aren't going to eat that, they just won't. The feverfew, I cut it back thinking it would regenerate and it hasn't. Oh, and I'm so gutted because it was so beautiful. So I'm going to have to try and source some more feverfew. But these are all coming through. And look at these. Look at these at the minute now, aren't those gorgeous? So it looks really pretty, I think. And the forget-me-nots as well are all in bloom. Look how pretty that looks. Oh, I love forget-me-nots. And the grasses have gone crazy. Look, we've got more forget-me-nots spreading down here, which I'm happy to let happen. Hostas are coming through. You can see the hosta all coming through over there. Luna, get down. Get down. And the peony. This that I planted as part of that, it keeps being trodden on by the dogs, so that's really struggling. Oh good, that's coming back. I forget what that is. It might be a stilby, but that's coming back good. There's a little rhododendron in there, which seems to be coming. That hydrangea is beginning to climb, which is fabulous. So we've got a little bit of colour and shape up in this top garden now, which is lovely. Right, come on dogs. So that's it guys, there's some bits of colour, lots of overwhelm, lots of rubbish still in the garden. The start of clearing again. Jobs on hold because the shops don't have any stuff in. New paths. Angst with the dogs. Drives me mad. Strawberries beginning to come. Look at the flowers. Loads of dandelions. Luna, get out of there. More angst with the dogs. New fences. Come on dogs. And lots of sunflowers being grown, which is lovely. So that's it from the Magic Garden for April. Lessons in overwhelm. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, but I do it to myself all the time. I don't know who I think I am. I think I'm Superwoman times 20. Are you coming anytime today, Roo? Good boy. So don't give yourself overwhelm, and thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. This is why you leave flowers. Look at that. I could have ripped that out and put that in the bin, but look at him having a really lovely feed.